Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hello, my friends. Greetings from Arunachala. I've been talking to a few people on the phone, people from the West. And I heard it's getting tenser. The tension is increasing. The situation is pushed in such a way that many times in couples, in families, in friendships, there is difficulty because everybody is tense. Everybody is tense because it comes from the side of the state. And even the state is only a conduit. There is an energy that is oppressive. Even here, don't think you can come to Arunachala and you are in paradise. Even here you can feel it. When you go to town, you feel there is a general sense of people being subdued, not having that lively, energetic quality that we usually have. I hear there are some people, they are very relaxed about the situation. Some people, some places, great for them. If only more places could do that, but unfortunately, right now, the tension is rising in many, many places. What can we do with it? Certainly not go out and try to convince others from our opinions about the situation. The emotions are so high from all the time, from all the fear that has been experienced since the beginning of last year. Now the emotions are so intense. There's no point in going out and discussing and trying to convince. Let's learn to deal with the situations as they come from moment to moment. Be friendly with each other and not start to criticize each other because one has this attitude, one has that attitude. One is doing this and one is doing that. Let the others do what they do and do that which you think is the right thing to do. If you do that, then no matter the pressure, no matter the intensity of what's happening outside, at least you are at ease, at peace with yourself. And that's the main thing. If we can artificially create superficial harmony for a moment, but we are denying our own self, then that will be there nagging. So let's be true to ourselves, but not in a provocative way. Let's be true to ourselves and friendly. And let the others be true to themselves. We can get through all this. As I have been saying once in a while, from the beginning, the forces of light are rising. It doesn't too much look like it right now, but it's still the truth. But there are forces that had been in control of this planet for such a long time. But now they feel that the light is rising, they're holding on with their fingernails, desperately trying to take total control. It may also function even a little more, but it has to crumble. Don't you worry, my friends. This whole thing has to crumble. What really is going on will come to the surface, and people will start to open their heart to that new energy that is getting stronger and stronger, and out of that, a new situation is created, a new possibility to live with each other. There are people who think now, soon, heaven on earth, as if it was falling down from the sky. Heaven on earth, it's not. Still, it's people who will have to build up a new situation, but once the energy has changed enough, then the necessary qualities will be there, the necessary inspiration will be there, the necessary creativity will be there. And the basic sense of benevolence will rise. So we just have to keep on sticking it out and sort of find our way through that mess that is there right now, and not get depressed because of the oppression. It has the tendency to pull people into depression. But then that's simply feeding the whole energy. So when you feel that tendency, then have a good look at ourselves. Pull yourself out, step a step back. Remember your true nature. Connect and relax. And avoid becoming depressive. I mentioned creativity, and so I'm coming to a question Sharon asked me. Sharon, I met in Switzerland, and she has something that is nagging at her since years. She has been very creative in her life, living a very active and creative life. But then when there was a disaster in her life, then everything fell apart. And now she wonders, what should I do? How should I spend my time? What can I do to do something that makes sense? And when we talked about it in Zurich, when I talked a bit about my story, and I mentioned that when I was in my cave without coming out, doing nothing, and I felt that is a most creative period in my life. And I still feel about that period like that. And now she asks, what do you mean by that? How can sitting in a cave, not doing anything, be most creative? Okay, I didn't create anything. I didn't start to write poems. I didn't start to write music. I didn't start to paint. I didn't start to create sculptures. What was happening there, that this connection with the essence kept on intensifying continuously, gentle but continuously. And connecting with your essence is connecting with the pool of possibilities, of creativity. And it's a most creative way of spending time to consciously connect with them. Then, if you feel like, you can express it in any way you like, or you need not express it in any particular artistic way, what people usually call creative. Just connecting more and more, letting that current intensify all the time, then the potential of creativity is there. And then when it's needed, it may just flow up. It may just manifest. And your very being becomes creative. It's inspiring to others. People knowingly or unknowingly may feel something special in your presence and feel inspired to look deeper in themselves, to do something with their life. That's what I meant, that this period was the most creative part of my life, even if it appears that I didn't do anything. And so, I once again tell you, Sharon, don't worry. Don't track your brain, what you should do now. Don't compare what you have been doing before. Okay, you did that a long time in an artistic way. But now it doesn't come spontaneous, so don't try to force yourself into something simply to have the idea to do something useful. As long as the action is not coming by itself, then just be at ease, at peace, as good as you can. Connect with yourself as good as you can. And then it may start again. There may be a period in your life where you are again very active, where you're doing a lot of things. But you don't have to look for it, you don't have to run after it. Just be here now. And sometimes, if there is boredom, then momentarily you may divert your attention a bit, but then you come back to yourself, and then even just watch that mood of being bored. Don't resist against the fact that that feeling may come, a little boredom. And then watch what that feeling is doing in your body. Watch what it is doing energetically. Accept it and relax. Then it stops to be a negative experience. And so it's with all the emotions. Even the emotions we think they are bad, they are negative, we can treat them in this way and they stop to be negative. Here, now, you are touching that pool of creativity. Here, now, that's the only point you are touching reality. Here, now, your life. Here, now, everything is juicy. All else is in the mind. A moment before is a memory. A moment to come is an expectation. It's only that split moment where really life is. And here, in that life, is all the creativity, whether you express it or not. Okay, let me drop the subject. Hari Om, Hari Om. And I invite anybody who would like to come in. If anybody is ready to talk, please come in. Well, I tell you something that is happening in this personal story. Everybody talks about Corona, Corona, Corona. And what did Werner do? He managed to catch some kind of nasty bug, which is not the Corona. First, I thought it may be, although the symptoms are different from what they describe. And of course, immediately I took ivermectin, but since it was not Corona, it had also no effect at all. Contrary to what I observed, other people who had Corona taking ivermectin, they had sensational responses, sensational effects. Then I wondered what it is. 18 years ago, once I had a typhoid fever. So I went and checked the blood, whether I caught typhoid fever again, but it's also not that. So I stopped trying to check out what really is there, but it's puzzling because usually, I mean, here there are so many bugs, especially when it's hot and humid like now, and you go to town, you really dive into a soup of bugs. And it happens not very rarely that when I was in town, I come back that in the evening I may have headache and some fever, but every time next morning it's gone. And I was quite proud of that, at least so I'm told. But somehow now it doesn't want to go. So, well, it stretches my confidence in what I tell you all the time, that we have the capacity to heal anything in our body. And definitely we have. But sometimes it may just go like this. And the tendency is that if you consciously exercise that, it goes faster and faster and faster. But sometimes something may also stick. There may be some karma. There may be really some very nasty energy there that has to be battled. So that's what I'm busy with now. I think it's supported also with that oppressive energy that is there. It feels like that, it feels strange. But anyhow, I stopped resisting, as I'm preaching always to you. Go from day to day as good as I can, and eventually it will get out of the system again. Okay, enough of this story. Is anybody ready now to talk? Please come.
Hari Om.
Hello, Ben. I see you, but I don't hear you.
Can you not hear me now?
I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear you.
Oh.
Is that maybe a mistake here? Let me see.
Does it work now?
Oh, yeah, no, it was in my place. I had the volume turned completely off, and so far I was the only one who has been talking.
All right, good. So you can hear me now?
I can hear you well. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Good to see you, Werner.
Good to see you. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Good to see you in Tiru. I haven't been on a satsang the last couple of weeks, so good to see you've made it back.
Yes, we have, happily.
Great. No, that's nice. It's funny, before, when you first invited to come and talk, I was just about to come in, and then you shared your personal story, and my question was going to be on similar topic, which I've brought up before, and somehow it's present now, so I thought to bring it again, which is physical pain.
Yeah.
And the last few days I've had this pain coming into my ankle and my hip, and I feel that they're connected. And it's interesting because I see my bodily pain. It's something that has been very present in my life, in my hips, in my back, in my ankles. So they're almost like old friends that come to visit me once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes there's a clear reason, you know, if I'm driving for 7 hours, then next day maybe I have pain in my hip, and I know it sticks around for a couple of days, and it makes sense. But sometimes, like this time, it just comes out of seemingly nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it's quite strong for a couple of days, and I don't get caught into the, you know, I don't get angry at it, and I'm really practicing being with it and accepting it and just feeling it without, you know, getting upset. But it's just fascinating, and I would love to go deeper into maybe understanding the reason for this pain. Can it be a doorway to more self-understanding? And then today someone came to me wanting to talk some advice because she has hip pain. And we had this interesting conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't really have a specific question, but just wanted to raise that topic and open that discussion.
Yeah. It has not to do with any very maybe exaggerated intense practice recently.
No.
Okay.
I mean, what is intense practice? I feel that my practice is quite gentle, and so I didn't do something out of the ordinary that might have caused that.
Right. Usually you do your practice and no problem with it. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Well, sometimes pains may give you a pointer that you can understand and say, oh, this is really pointing out something to me. But if that doesn't happen, there's no point in trying to dig for some reason. Because invariably, if it's not coming up spontaneously, that the understanding what may be the reason for it, what may be behind it, then we may start to just create ideas and create reasons. So the better way is, okay, there it is again, your old friend.
Yeah.
And you deal with it as gracefully as possible. Any pain can be used to become more self-aware. If we resist the pain and think it shouldn't be, and why is it there again, then it has the tendency to get bigger and bigger and bigger and worsen experience. If it comes back to you and you know it and you think, okay, it's not exactly what I choose, but there it is again. So I have to deal with it, accept it. And then half of the sting is already gone if we don't resist. And then more, it's more a question of feeling into it, learning to relax it. What helps me very much is learning to integrate the whole body in that process, not try to go into places where it's paining only and try to do something, but see the point, see the points where it is, but then feel it in the context of the whole body and learn to relax the whole system as good as you can. That's at least creates a very good base that we are not unnecessarily pulling this pain into length, that we are not lengthening, but at least we give the possibility that it can go.
That's nice. Yeah, and the friend who was talking to me now, she was saying that this pain is also an old friend for her, but it used to just come for a couple of days and then go, but now it's been like 3 weeks and it's sticking around. And so that's why she's concerned.
Yes. I can understand that she feels, then maybe something bad is happening. It can be in context with what is happening right now in the world. There is such a tension that such things can manifest stronger, easier. So if I was her, I wouldn't be alarmed, but still she can work on it as she, I guess, used to work on it in other times, and they went away in 2 weeks, in 2 days.
In a couple of days, yeah.
2 days, but then accepting, okay, this time it may have to do with the situation, with the energy as it is, that it takes more time, but still go about it. And I mean, if there is too much pain, one can also take a bit relief in between. It's not good to get addicted to painkillers, but we don't have to torture ourselves and stick it out no matter what. I'm also cheating. I'm on paracetamol right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's also, that opens up a very broad understanding to consider that the pain we're feeling in our physical body might be influenced by the collective energy.
Yes, it might.
And that can mean also our proximity collective energy, like the family or the...
That can also mean that, but it can also mean a larger scale of the energy.
Right.
Right. And everyone who is then working on it and relaxing it and gradually getting rid of it helps also that tension, that negative energy that is in the atmosphere to ease up a little.
And that's quite inspiring to know. It's our healing potential, not just for us, but for the collective.
For the collective. Whatever we are doing is connected with the collective.
Always. Yeah.
Always. And if we learn to be more consciously connected with our potential, healing potential, creative potential, with our potential, then we are contributing something valuable in the collective.
I was talking with another friend a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about this healing potential that we have, and that we were both kind of expressing that we more and more we can feel that healing potential. It feels real, that
yes.
Also just through presence and intention that we feel that something is happening.
Yes.
And but we were also a bit both wondering how much of that can be talked about and how much of that then can, or where does humility come in and acceptance of that gift. It was we had an interesting discussion around that.
First is to talk about it only when you can inspire others to connect with their healing potential.
Right, rather than to brag about your own.
Right.
That's good.
Of course, the tendency is always there, if there is such a thing, that a little bit of that self-importance can slip in, and sooner or later it will create trouble. So it's better to see it as soon as we become aware of it, to sort of let that also go.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and to recognize that it's not actually anything so special. It's just it's our normal human potential.
It's our normal human potential.
Yeah, normal depending who you talk to, but yeah. I guess
it's normal. What people call normal is not very normal. It's only usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, there is a lot of negative energy, but there is a lot of lightful, positive energy, and it's getting stronger. And these things will become more common, more natural, that people become aware, oh, I can heal myself. I can help others to heal themselves. This will come more and more to the forefront.
Thank you, Werner. Hari Om.
You are welcome. Hari
I
Om.
wish you good recovery.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to come? Please come. There are 30 people. Nobody wants to talk?
Hello, Werner.
Oh, hello, Nelly.
I want to share something and to ask something.
Yes.
I want to share now these days I feel that my relationship with my close people is becoming better, and I feel very glad about it. I mean, my mother and my daughter, yeah, my relationship with them becoming better last years, and now I feel it warmer and warmer.
Yeah.
And
Somebody is at the gate.
yeah,
No problem.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel this connection is becoming warmer, and it's very. I feel a lot of pleasure of it, and yeah, it's very glad about it. It's very important for me.
Yeah.
And
Great.
my mother, I saw her. Yeah, I saw my mother recently, and I made a present for her, and she accepted it. I was very happy because she has difficulties with accepting some presents and something. Yeah, I wasn't sure that she likes to take. She always says, no, I don't need anything and something like this. But this time she accepted it, and yes, I'm very happy.
Very good.
Yes, very happy. Yeah, I see this connection is close between us. It fills me. I feel some like I feel this connection with myself.
Yes, that's it. Because you feel more conscious connection with your own self, with what you are, then all the other connections also will start to become easier automatically.
Yeah, yes, it's very good. Very a lot of pleasure I feel. And my daughter, she began gained some money. She found some work and began to work. Yeah, I am very glad for her. I see that she's becoming grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see this in her, and yeah, it's very good changes.
No,
I appreciate it so much. Yeah, of course, I try to not to stick to all these things. I know that everything changes in the life, but now I feel it, and yeah, it makes me happy. I feel a lot of glad about it.
That's good. You can also very well enjoy that happiness.
Yeah, yes, I enjoy it.
And continue like that. Continue going deeper into yourself, and automatically all the relationships with other people getting easier and easier.
Yeah, I see. I feel it, and I feel a lot of gratitude for this. It's a great present for me. Yeah.
Good.
And I wanted to say something more, something about meditation. Today I caught myself that after meditation I didn't feel very good. After this, I didn't feel much connection during meditation. So I see that maybe I didn't have a lot of attention to follow my breath, to be in connect with myself. And it happens sometimes that my meditation is not so good as it's possible to say it like this. And I felt something, some sadness maybe. And I thought that if meditation should help me to connect with myself and to feel some more rootedness and more self-confident and my inner support, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And I thought, if meditation can't give me this, where should I look for it? How should I support myself? Of course, I can go to the nature. It helps me, and maybe sing mantras. But yes, maybe I have this expectation inside that meditation should give me this connection, this inner support,
Right.
but it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah.
Of course not. Sometimes, sometimes you may have a meditation like this, and then you feel a sense of fulfillment and it helps you, and sometimes it may not. And yes, you mentioned expectations. Then once you had a nice experience in your meditation, then after that expectation is there. Next time it's going to happen again. And sometimes it is happening, sometimes not. What counts is that you continue connecting. And sometimes this connecting doesn't do much, and sometimes it results in nice experiences. But it's not that which matters. Of course, for the mind, it's an encouragement if you have a nice experience.
Yeah.
But you cannot think, oh, it's not like a business that you do your meditation and you get the reward of it. That like you do every day some job, and then immediately you can collect the reward for it.
Yeah.
Meditation just helps you to get insight. And in that process of getting insight, becoming more self-aware, sometimes you have to go through dry periods. Sometimes you have to go through periods where it's very juicy and joyous. And sometimes you feel, there is something happening. It goes on and on. Really, I feel something gets deeper and deeper. And sometimes you may go through periods where you don't feel like this. But still, to continue to consciously connect in this way helps you to get deeper, helps you to, gives you insight, no matter what experience that is connected with. But nothing wrong if your meditation doesn't make you as happy as you would like. Nothing wrong if after that going to walk in nature and experience some of that happiness in nature. Nothing wrong with doing other things that you like to do. It's not that you shouldn't think that you have to force yourself to meditate more in order to get there. Just do your job as you feel is right in meditation, and accept if it accept it happily if it results in nice experiences and encouraging states, but accept equally without resistance if that is not happening.
Yeah. I see that I should find support in maybe in just in trust, that not in meditation, because it can't bring me happiness every day, but something, I mean something that I could find as support. Maybe it's just a trust that I don't depend on the result of it.
Right. And that trust is the trust in yourself. That you actually, as you are, what you are, you don't need any support. You are complete in yourself.
Yeah, I see it's not easy to, how to say, I thought that I meditate to come to this understanding that you say, that I'm completed, yeah, but but meditation can't give me this all the time, and I should understand it without it. So just trust in it.
trust is very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Meditation puts you in contact. Meditation is not going to produce that. What you are is here, is now, is a fact. It's not something that is being created by practice. You may become slowly more aware of your nature when you continue practice, but it's not because your practice is producing that. It's more that your practice gives you insight, and the more you are self-aware, the more you are capable of seeing where there are contradictions in the mind, where there are tensions that come up again and again, and then we learn not to do that anymore, and then the trust in what you are is simply there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see that meditation is something, how to say, it has a long, it doesn't manifest, the result of it doesn't manifest fast in my case. I mean, it manifests after long period. As I see it, my life, at my spiritual way, at first I see that some external things became changes in my life, began improve in my life. I didn't feel much calm inside of me, and I didn't feel much changes in my feelings, but my external life began change as I see it. If I look back at my life, and I see that this feeling of home, this feeling of connection, it doesn't come immediately. Yes, it takes a lot of time, and maybe some external things can be arranged very good, and but still this inner feelings, maybe I see that they change in the last turn, maybe. Yeah. So not at first external things change, and this inner feeling of connection, it takes time to get, not to get, just to just to feel.
Become aware of.
Yes, become aware of. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're more aware of that than you are aware. the very fact what you told in the beginning, that how you are rather surprised whether how relationships that were always rather a bit difficult, how they come smoother, is a manifestation that you are more in touch with yourself. But it's a gentle process of becoming more aware, and it's not this tremendous changes that one is expecting, but the gentle becoming more and more aware, quieter and quieter. And this is more meaningful than what we think. It goes much deeper than what we think. And we feel, it's not really there, that feeling, but actually it's continuously increasing, but in such a gentle way that we are not quite aware how much it has changed. But if you take your experience now, and then you look back a few years ago, and you could compare the state of consciousness there and now, then you would see that so much has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Anyhow, continue, my dear friend. You are doing fine. Continue what you are doing.
Okay. Thank you, Werner.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hello, Werner.
Hello, Moksha.
Yeah, man. I hope you are doing soon well with your health.
Yes, yes. It will
I
go.
wish.
It will go easily.
Yeah, you have fever,
Yes.
and did I understand right? You don't know where it's coming from. You don't have corona. You don't have blah
Any
blah
other
blah.
bug that I know?
It just came.
It just came.
Ah.
And it's unusual because because usually my experience is when I have fever that I look at it, I go into it, next day it's gone. But this one doesn't want to go so quickly.
It likes you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish you well. I
Thank
wish
you,
you well
thank
with
you.
your
No
with your
problem.
health.
It's no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. But I just wanted to say, because we are talking about our things, but it's also I wanted to say, oh, I wish you good health.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, and I feel it is the same thing. Relaxation is so important. Today I have my kids, so I have the responsibility that they get food and blah blah blah. And Ruben, and I can make stress out of it, and it is a good exercise to be aware, because there's no stress at all necessary.
Not necessary, huh?
No. And if I look at it, hey, relax, then they eat a little bit later, or always this fear of something can go wrong, or I don't. Yeah, this some fear and tension. And if I'm aware, I see, well, relax, it's beautiful here, no problem anywhere. But yeah, it is actually a beautiful invitation all the time to come home.
Yes,
And if I'm not
definitely.
home, the trouble is there.
Yeah, if we are not home, then we are in trouble.
Yes. So it is a really beautiful. Oh, my son is. What are you?
Darf ich für Klavier ein Video angucken, wo ich Klavier lernen kann?
Ja,
Das ist
darfst
schwierig.
du. Darfst du. He wants to look a video for learning piano, playing piano.
Yes, good.
So, yeah. So life is so beautiful, but if I'm not here, then in the system all kind of trouble starts.
Yes.
And then even to make a meal can upset me already. It's amazing.
Anything can upset people.
Yes.
The most simple daily task can put people in total tensions. Well, it doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever, but makes life very hard.
Oh, yes. Vacuum cleaning can also make anything. If I'm not aware, there is fear coming up and stress. And if I look at it, what is the problem? Then I say, oh, no problem.
Yes.
But I have to be aware, because otherwise,
yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah. So satsang therefore is so beautiful. Always come home, come home, come home, come home.
Come home and relax, huh? Come
Yeah.
home and relax.
Yes. And I thank you so much that you are in my life, because it is a great remembrance. And I thank you so much for that, Werner.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
And also Susudha, I wish her the best. Huh? And
I will convey it to her.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hari Om.
Is there anybody else who would like to come? Sorry, because the light maybe better if I'm sitting like this. Okay. Anybody else who would like to come in? Please come. There's one video on, but maybe not on purpose. No, I don't think so. We are living here in a power place. But even here, sometimes people think, they can come here and the whole job is going to be done for them. It's not functioning like that. But in places like this, if you take the trouble to really consciously turn your attention back to yourself, you have a lot of support. So for that, it can be helpful to once in a while spend some time in a place like this. But even if we can't, we can connect with a place like this wherever we are. Especially people who have been here and now they can't because of the situation. Don't feel sad that you can't, wherever you are. You connect with what you feel special here, wherever you are, and then you still get the benefit of this place as a supportive help to become more self-aware. Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, there's only one place where we are touching reality. There is only one time where we are touching reality. This is the timeless present. We have to remember this maybe a bit stronger in the present time. Because as I said in the beginning, I have been talking to friends in the West, telling me how worried they are, how the tensions are rising, how it gives difficulties in their relationship. So especially in this situation, it's good to remember, connect here and now. There's something pristine, beautiful, that is not affected by all this madness that is going on in this world right now. And the intensity of the time is actually can be used, can help us to go deeper here, now. And if we feel the tendency to be pulled into worries, seeing how people are worrying, seeing what kind of trouble people are facing, then Especially, it's very important to still remember. Here, now, you connect. Connect and relax. And the more you are capable to stay in that, the more you have an influence on all those people that are close to you. And the more, without them necessarily being aware of it, you support them, you help them in their worries, in their difficult situation. If you are being pulled into the worries, into feeling tense, into feeling depressive about all that is going on, then we are simply contributing. We are not helping ourselves. We are not helping anybody else. Best we can do, remember your nature. Just find a way to remember to bring the attention to the present and relax, no matter what. It's always important. Right now, it's even more important. If we do that, then we can use this intensity of the present situation to go that much deeper. And in that way, we can contribute that the positive, the harmonious energy can manifest quicker, stronger, smoother. All right, there I'm going again, talking. Is there anybody who would like to come in? Please come.
Yes, hello, Werner.
Hello, Leona, Lila.
Yeah. I've been listening to you and how would I say, proving or, yeah, I've been feeling everything you said about the light and the darkness and being here in the present and then whatever should happen, happens. A lot of kindness and softness around me and generosity. Now, what I want to ask you, I have been trying to, not trying to, but like looking into my sensation about time and timelessness and reality. Because what I've been feeling is, first of all, I've been feeling very grounded. And I can't even say connected, but very grounded, I would say first. And very, very quiet inside and like, very relaxed and very balanced also, extremely balanced. Never felt so balanced for a long period. Balanced and sort of actually happy. Never in my life, never in my life.
Never in your life, never in your life it was like that.
Yeah.
Ah, great.
You know, when I was with you in Arunachala and then we came back to Israel right when the corona started.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. So it was like a direct path somehow with the energy. And I keep saying to some people also that I have a very strong feeling that this balloon, this bubble will soon somehow explode or, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still asking, actually, or I don't know if I mentioned it before, yeah, about reality. When you say reality, maybe it's a way of talking, because there's, I don't know if there's another way to express, as you said before, when I'm here and now and connected, I'm connected to reality, but actually, honestly, I feel it, there's no thing as reality. As reality really, okay, but because two people will experience what we call reality differently, that I know for sure. So on the one hand, it's two different people. On the other hand, there is something much bigger that connects everybody, but this thing we don't know what it is.
Sorry, the last thing I didn't understand.
That we are connected to each other by
Yes.
energy and by elements that we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And but basically we're separated from each other. Basically from the moment we come out of our mother's body, we are separated. So when I come to think about it, it's very confusing. When I don't think about it, everything is fine. But when I come to yeah, sometimes I think about it and I'm very aware of this conflict, sometimes, yeah, misunderstanding something, then it's a bit scary.
Of course, as soon as we want to understand reality, then it's becoming confusing. When I say here now is the only point where you are touching reality, it's not that here now there is something, but there is also certainly nothing. Here now is that which makes that whole experience possible. Here now is the source out of which all these flows, this timelessness of the present, all the juice of existence comes out of this timelessness of the now, but there is no definition of that. And you said if you think about it, it's getting confusing. If you don't think about it, you're fine. And it's true, as the tendency is there, but then we want to understand it, analyze it, and sort of, like with everybody else, put it into boxes that we can think, okay, I'm on top of it, I got it. And it's never going to happen. You are that, you don't get that. You don't understand that. No teaching is ever defining reality. They are in many religions or spiritual teachings, they are indicating, they're giving qualities to that reality, but it's simply a pointer to something that cannot be defined. That simple reality now, that simple fact of being here now, conscious, alive. There's no way we can understand that. And this is connecting us, everybody, every day. You said, but then we are separate beings on a relative level. It looks like, of course, one body is separate from another body. So and all the psyche that goes on in one body is, and the other body, they appear to be entities, but those entities, they are momentary appearances. They come all out of that same essence that you are touching here now. So we are not really separate. It simply appears to be like that on the surface. And the more we become aware of that we are essentially all one, the easier it is also to have basic, general, benevolent feeling for all there is, for the whole creation, for humanity, for what is even now happening in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
We can't understand reality. No teacher can teach you reality. No teacher can tell the truth.
There's no truth.
There is truth, that which makes the whole experience possible. But the teaching can just point to that.
Yeah.
And if you are opening the heart and listen to a teacher or read a book of talks of a teacher or something like that, if you open the heart to the space where these words are coming from, then the teaching can create a bridge. But it's not that eventually you say, aha, now I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are that. There's nothing to get. You are that. Tat tvam asi.
Sorry, what was the last sentence?
That's the same thing in the very famous 3 words in the Upanishads. Tat tvam asi. You are that. It's one of the great, what they say in the tradition, one of the great sayings of the Upanishad. Tat tvam asi. You are that.
So actually, it becomes very simple at one point.
It's totally simple.
Yeah, I mean, life altogether is so complicated, but what?
Right. Sometimes some situation may be a bit complicated, but if we are not unnecessarily making everything more complicated, it has the tendency to balance out again and get back to its simplicity.
Yeah, it's a great shift. It's a great shift, actually, to,
Right.
yeah, to understand that. Okay, that's enough for now.
Very good. Continue like this, Leela.
Thank you, Werner. Take care.
Take care. Hari Om, Hari Om. Okay, we have some more time if we want to. Oh, I see which video is on. This is in Amma Center in Switzerland, isn't it? Is there anybody else who would like to come? If not, I think I'm cutting today's satsang a little short. Instead that I start again to talk about something, I think we'll leave it at that for today. I hope next week it will be easier again. Then I will turn off the recording now. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.